Hi guys, today we'll be analyzing three stocks: Deutsche Bank, Commerzbank and Unicredit, and I will be doing so using the cycles and studying the volatility. For the volatility studies, I've been using the triangular moving average bands. As you can see here we have a weekly chart for the Deutsche Bank, and in terms of cycles, we see that the green line is still above the red one, but both of them are moving horizontally, which means the derivatives is almost zero. Now, if we analyze the bands, okay, so the volatility, we see that once the price hit the upper or the lower band, we should be expecting a reversal, okay? So this happened here, for example, it happened here, and it happened here. So now the price seems to be very close to the upper band, so there is space theoretically till 10.50 US dollar, okay? Yet right now we have a sort of reversal pinball. Today is only Tuesday, so we should be expecting at least, we should be waiting at least for the end of the week before understanding what we can expect over the next weeks. But let's move on and let's switch to the daily chart in order to have a better idea and bigger insight over the next days. So what do we see here? In terms of cycles, we see that every time with the price crosses above the threshold or hit the upper threshold, we see a retrace. Okay, it happened here at 7.60. Okay, and it happened also here when the price crossed above the upper threshold to then cross below. We have experienced a strong retrace. Okay, so now what happened here as well in terms of analysis, in terms of volatility, the price hit the upper band and actually didn't retrace so much. But now we are experiencing a bearish divergence with the green curve crossing below the red one, and also both of them oriented downwards. Also, this bearish candle, this long black candle is engulfing the previous one. Yet before triggering a short, we should be waiting at least the price to break below the 7.8 threshold. Now, if we move on and we analyze Commerzbank, we will see which one between Commerzbank, Deutsche Bank and Unicredit has the biggest chance to overperform over the next weeks. So the scenario here is slightly different. And okay, here we have the daily chart, so let's move on before and let's switch to the weekly to then analyze the daily one. Okay, in terms of weekly chart, while in terms of cycle, while the two curves, okay, the green and red were horizontally oriented for Deutsche Bank, here they are both of them still positive, okay? So the Commerzbank right now has a relative strength, has more relative strength than Deutsche Bank. Also, the price is quite far from the upper band. Let's now switch to the daily chart and let's see what we might expect over the next days. So here the scenario is slightly different. So, and as you can see here, we have a sort of doji, so that the price tried to break above this horizontal resistance, but it has been rejected, which means the bear forces are again in place and they are fighting against this horizontal, very strong horizontal resistance, which passes around 4.70. Okay, and as you can see here, in terms of volatility, once the price has hit the upper band, we have experienced a strong retrace. So what we should be expecting? If we compare Deutsche Bank and Commerzbank, it seems that right now that Commerzbank is slightly stronger than Deutsche Bank. Yet, in both cases, I will say that we should be expecting a bit of weakness over the next days, okay? And so when we could trigger a long for Commerzbank, only at a strong break of this extremely important area, which is 4.70, okay, US dollar. Now let's analyze the last one, which is Unicredit, the Italian Unicredit, and let's see what we can retrieve for the Italian bank. Let's use the weekly chart again, and what do we see here? Both of the situation here, the scenario is more similar to Commerzbank rather than to Deutsche Bank. Okay, so both the curves are positive oriented, they are far from the upper threshold, and as well here we have a sort of doge in formation. By the way, I have to say that the weekly chart doesn't say too much to us, okay? Yes, of course we can have, we could have a lot of space till 12, okay? So let's say that Unicredit has more room to grow up if compared with Deutsche Bank and Commerzbank. And also in terms of daily chart, we see that both the curves are oriented, but they are almost fighting with the upper threshold. Also here we see as well for even more marked a reversal pinball. Okay, again this threshold, so this area, which is in this case 9.20 for Unicredit, has been actually is a very strong area, okay, from where the price has been rejected. So in conclusion, I will not trigger any longer right now, but only even because we are actually close to the upper band in all the three cases for the daily chart. So either we should be waiting to trigger a long before the test, once the price could test again this support area, which is for Unicredit 7.80. Okay, so we are inside the rectangle created by linking this high and this high, okay, and this support, which is equal for all the three banks. Or we can buy on the strengthness only at the break of the horizontal resistances. Thank you, guys.